What if I told you the Titanic never sank?
What?
So the owner of the boat, JP Morgan, actually had two boats. He had the Titanic and he had the Olympic. And the Olympic was a little bit older and a little bit more run down, and it was also in some accident.
Okay.
So the theory is that JP Morgan sank the boat on purpose because he knew he would get a lot of money.
What?
He did it for the insurance money, right? But why sink the newly built Titanic when you could scratch off the paint, swap the names, and sink the Olympic instead?
He just painted the word Titanic over the Olympic?
It gets worse. Guess who was on that boat?
Who? I know there's a lot of people on the boat.
All of JP Morgan's business competitors.
What?
And not one of them made it out.
Oh my god.
But guess who wasn't on the boat?
Who?
JP Morgan.
Was he supposed to be?
He canceled minutes before it left.
Because he knew it was gonna sink.
And there was a guy named James Fenton, right, who survived and worked on the boat. And on his deathbed, his last words were, "The Titanic never sank. It was the Olympic."
Wait, what?
And he said that if he said anything, something bad would happen to him.
So what you're trying to say is the movie Titanic's actually called the Olympic.
Exactly.
Have you heard of the Loki Theory?
No.
So we all know Loki's 2 episodes in so far, and he's stuck in the TVA. And the TVA stands for Time Variance Authority.
Right.
So this is where the theory comes in. There's a theory that Loki and the TVA is actually stuck in the quantum realm.
Wait, how?
Remember in Ant-Man and the Wasp when they're in the quantum realm? You see like a city in the distance?
Oh, I remember that.
That's the TVA.
What?
Remember the Wasp mom was stuck in the quantum realm? And she said that time moves differently in the quantum realm.
Uh-huh.
And then Ant-Man got stuck in the quantum realm, and he thought he was there for 5 minutes, but he was there for 5 years, and he said that time moves differently in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So then Loki asked Mobius, how long have you been here for? And Mobius tells him, I don't know, time moves differently in the TVA.
Wait.
So Mobius and Loki time travel using the TVA through the quantum realm. And guess who else used the quantum realm to time travel? The Avengers.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And get this, the new Ant-Man and the Wasp movie is called Quantumania, and it takes place in the quantum realm. And the main villain is Kang the Conqueror, and Kang the Conqueror is one of the timekeepers in the show Loki.
Wait, what the heck?
Confirming that they may actually be in the quantum realm.
Wait, this is crazy how much sense it's making.
Right? You ever heard of the Finding Nemo theory?
No.
This is gonna ruin your day.
Oh, here we go.
So we all know the movie Finding Nemo is about a father fish named Marlin and his son Nemo. And it's Marlin's journey in finding Nemo after he was taken by scuba divers.
Right.
This is where the theory comes in. There's a theory that Nemo's not real and never existed.
How does that work?
It's actually Marlin's imagination because he's grieving over the death of his wife and all his kids.
What?
And to make everything worse, the word Nemo in Latin means no one. So Disney's literally telling the audience we have a movie called Finding Nemo, but actually means finding no one because Nemo's not real.
No.
And that's why Dory is such a good friend of Marlin, because she has short-term memory loss and can't remember that Nemo's not real.
That makes so much sense now. That didn't even ruin my day. That ruined my whole childhood.
I'm sorry.
You know the Outer Banks theory?
No.
So Outer Banks season 2 is so good, but there's a spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it yet.
Dude, season 2 was good.
So in this season, everybody's after the cross of Santo Domingo that has a shroud in it. And shroud is just another word for a piece of cloth. But it has healing powers, but it ends up not being in the cross.
Yeah, it was so weird how the cloth wasn't there.
So there's a theory that the reason why the cloth wasn't there is because John B has had it this entire time.
Wait, what?
So at the end of the season, John B's dad says he knows where the shroud is.
Dude, I can't believe he's still alive.
Yeah, but before he died, he gave John B a bandana that John B always wears around his neck. And that bandana is the shroud. Yeah, remember John B touches Sarah with the bandana after she was shot and she comes back to life. And then John B was attacked by an alligator and he wraps the bandana around the wound and he's able to walk and run just fine.
Yeah, remember the first season 2 when he falls off that huge cliff and he's fine?
Dude, he has the shroud.
Have you ever heard of the Incredibles theory?
No, what is that?
Edna Mode's the best superhero in the Incredibles.
What?
You know like how she's known for making superhero suits?
Yeah.
So in her early years, she actually made a suit for a hero named Stratigale. Stratigale was a teenager who had super strength and could fly. But unfortunately, she died because her cape got stuck into an airplane engine.
Oh, I remember that from the movie.
So ever since then, Edna Mode swore to never put capes on suits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is where the theory comes in.
Uh-huh.
Years later, there's this guy that comes up to Edna Mode and says, hey, can you make me a suit? I'm a big fan of Mr. Incredible. Can you help me out? Edna Mode's like, sure. But there's something about this guy that's like really sketchy and makes Edna Mode feel like, oh, there's some evil in this guy.
Oh.
So she builds him the suit, but she purposely puts a cape on the suit knowing that it will hurt him one day.
What?
That guy becomes Syndrome.
No way.
And we all know how Syndrome dies. His cape gets stuck onto the airplane engine just like Stratigale.
Are you... Dude, that makes so much sense.
And that's why Edna Mode's the ultimate hero of the story.
Dude, we gotta give Edna more credit, man.
Right? What if I told you that Rapunzel from Tangled is actually a villain?
How would that even be possible?
So we all know at the end of Tangled, Rapunzel gets married to Flynn, and Flynn cuts off her hair, and it turns her hair brunette.
Oh yeah, then she lost all of her powers.
But after Tangled, we don't know what happens to her, but we can assume that she has kids. When you Google Rapunzel, it says that she ended up having 2 daughters, and the daughters' names were Anastasia and Drizella. Do you know who her daughters are?
Wait, the names kind of sound familiar.
So in Cinderella, the evil stepmom's daughters are Anastasia and Drizella.
No!
Yeah, so after Tangled, we can assume that things go wrong for Rapunzel and she becomes mean and evil. And she ends up becoming the evil stepmom in Cinderella.
Dude, you just ruined one of the best Disney movies ever created.